Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian, and welcome back to what is, unfortunately, sadly, very reluctantly, the last episode of Phantasmagoria. I can see my co-commentaries are also very shocked and saddened by this fact.
I'm just looking forward to the song.
I think I might actually have put the entire song in the video.
Oh, good.
You know, the end credits, we can talk over the end credits. God, the ending song. You guys have something to look forward to. I am, of course, joined by my two co-commentaries. Subjects? I don't know, you don't say co-commentators. Shut up, trolls, just introduce
Co-commentators.
Co-commentators!
Yes.
Yeah.
Hashtag language.
Well, that was Richard Cobbett. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, sir. Apart from the coughing.
Apart from the coughing. Well, that reminds me of that stupid joke in The Seventh Guest when you go to the crypt and you try to solve the puzzle and Stoff just coughs up a lung and goes, haha, excuse my coffin.
Feeling lonely.
I certainly was at that time. Also in the thing is, of course, Natalie Juhas. So close.
So very close.
So, I almost
More
got
of a
it.
silent J. But that's alright.
Juhas.
But I am here.
Yes.
Yes, there you go.
Looking lovely, resplendent even, in green lipstick. Yes, for reasons that shall become very obvious. So let's get into the last episode of Phantasmagoria, chapter number 7. I will, however, stress that this is not technically the last time we'll convene for this. It is, however, the ending of the game, but next week we'll be looking at the game in its fabled censored mode and talk about why Rizulka can't play it legally in Australia.
And you! And you!
Oh, and me?
I thought you were saying that it was banned in your country as well.
Oh, no.
Someone was telling me it was also banned in someone else's country.
It's banned in Australia.
It'll be banned in Germany. Certainly.
Yeah.
That's it. That was who it was banned for.
Denmark didn't care.
And now you have control.
Chapter 7 starts off with a bang.
My God, something exciting's happening.
Oh dear God, no.
I've finally given up on life and this house.
Finally, she's packing.
Oh yeah.
Be a clown.
What is he
Because
doing?
everyone loves it.
What is it really important to? Is he trying to put on?
I'm gonna pack that. I need the rabbit from underneath the thing.
Yeah, and that headless doll
She's
from the
packing
baby.
literally everything that she's never worn.
Yeah.
I need another 7 orange shirts minimum. I'll take this memory of
where's that
better
watch?
times. It'll look good for the divorce.
And now we get the only attempt they do at actually doing an emotional connection between Don and Adrienne, apart from a very awkward sex scene at the
He
beginning.
dropped me onto the rocks.
Yeah.
It was a good day.
6 chapters too late.
I love the fact that if you want to, you can go straight to this and not play the rest of the game.
Yeah, and just watch this. Also, I want to know who took that photo and why he's dressed as John Lennon.
And why he looks so much like Christian Kane from Leverage.
Also, good questions.
Yeah.
Good questions
I've not
all
thought
around.
of that connection. Loving it.
Yes, we are now done with.
I love this frame so much. Why did we besmirch it with our love?
I mean, Adrienne does her.
Take the photo out of the frame. Take the frame.
Yeah, just bring it.
Yes, Don may be a demonic presence, but he's, wait for it, no actor.
I'm struggling to.
Plus 5 points if you got that one.
I'm struggling to figure out if I didn't get that. I'm struggling to figure out if all the screaming and the makeup is because he's enraged with demonic fervor, or if he's like struggling to get his humanity out and doesn't really want to do what he's doing. I'm not guessing the game is that smart.
No, I think David Holmes is just having fun.
I need my coat.
Do something.
Yeah. I gotta say goodbye to the gnome and her weird son.
I gotta do something. Maybe I'll murder my husband and keep the house.
I mean, we did already pay for the house, and my laptop is, of course. Oh my God! What happened to the laptop? Oh, that is it. That is it, Don.
Will it blend? That is the question.
I can't believe Don did
The answer is yes, it did.
What is that thing sticking out of it?
It almost looks like she's picked up a waffle.
Right.
out of a waffle iron.
That does it. The cat was one thing, the misogyny is another, but you touch my laptop and you die.
Yes, my 80
you turn
character,
into a waffle iron and you die.
80 character limit laptop. Yeah, this is beyond reprehension. But let's just
Waiting for Don to come in. Adrienne, I'm going to murder you. But first, could I have some advice on makeup? I'm not very good at this.
Now I've just splotched this insane clown posse thing on my face. What do you think? It's the best I could do.
Well, it matches the art upstairs, I'm just saying.
It is fairly innocuous.
Yeah, compared to like the previous days painting, that's a lot more effort than the rest of the days ever put together.
That is her looking saying, this would go for something on eBay.
It might.
Oh yeah, it would sell quite well.
Maybe £5, something. I don't know. Also,
I was thinking like 10.
I have further questions
I
about
would buy
the
that.
painting.
I would put that in my bathroom.
Really? Just to
As a surprise for any visitors, but still.
put it on the back of the door, so when people close the door, just go, oh fucking hell! Oh, gotta pick up some murder weapons just in case,
Yes.
No, wait, that wasn't a murder weapon.
No, but it could be used in such a certain way.
Yes.
Better go and check on the slime baby.
Yeah, the slime baby's doing fine.
Yes.
And you can't
Yeah.
7 times click the baby now. I'm trying right now. Damn. Laughing demon baby.
Well, this is a serious day.
Yeah. I mean,
The only serious day.
the crack of afternoon ghost murder day wasn't serious enough. Okay, we can go in the dark room now. Let's not. And say we did.
Yeah.
Let's just go here, where it's quiet and everything is fine. Oh. Further question about the painting. Since they haven't actually really mentioned the demon until the old man in the wheelchair squeaked something about, yes, possession and such. We've never actually seen...
He's possessed!
Yes, but we've never set up the demon. We don't know its name. We don't know what it looks like. So we're just looking at a picture of something with teeth and just going, that's vaguely
And eyes.
creepy. Yeah.
And Dom doing his best Diamanda Hagen cosplay.
Yes.
That makeup, seriously. I thought Phantasmagoria scenes were meant to scare, the faint of heart and children and all of that. And if he comes out looking like Bobo the Clown, that's hardly gonna be frightening.
Well, maybe it ties in with this room, and that's a Comic Sans font.
Mercifully, this game is very deficient in Comic Sans, or even the old deluxe paint fonts that Sierra were very keen on using back in the day.
A bit higher.
That you know
bit
of,
higher.
anyway. Yeah.
Watch your head, watch your
fine.
head.
Now here's a question: Did you get the scene where Adrienne tries to leave the house?
Yes, I got as many scenes as I could, thanks to you. I almost called you my dear. I'm sorry.
I am your dear. In a different way. I'm your friendly dear. So no, the first time that I played this, when I did that scene, it actually glitched out. Like, I didn't see the first bit where she was trying to open the front door. She just suddenly popped from the front room to the back room. And I'm like, what? She's teleporting now.
Did the robot sprite teleport to the wrong background and she was just banging on thin air, or what happened? Oh dear God.
No. So it had cut halfway through. So instead of showing the first bit where she realizes she can't leave through the front door, she just suddenly was at the back door trying to leave. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I don't remember doing this at all. I also don't remember...
This is the worst music box ever.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember us being in the crypt before, so we're just having a look around here. While Mark Siebert apparently is having a fit at his keyboard.
I quite like the fact that at least they kind of bothered with proper burials.
Yeah, that's interesting. Also, the contractors who worked on this house must have had several questions. But they're probably down here as well, so they probably don't have any questions anymore. Interesting fact for those of you who, for some reason, want to play this game after
Go into the light. Go into the light.
Maybe we can escape here. You noticed we swapped the bauble thing for the cross earlier in the previous episode. If you don't do that, then there's a crucifix just lying on one of the coffins down here.
Can I just ask, by the way, how come her back door leads literally into King's Quest?
Because Roberta Williams.
Yeah. All Roberta Williams places are one.
I mentioned the whole crucifix thing because you'll notice once we actually, spoiler, get into the chase scene, and I'm saving my game now, which is going to be a useless gesture, I fuck it up so bad that I actually have to restart the chapter several times and go down and pick up the crucifix from the... Oh, I have to shut up now. This is probably...
Don, I'm here for a call back.
Yeah. Is everything alright, dear?
Irony!
When did he have time
My God,
to do
he took 1,000 pictures of his feet. He's a shit cameraman.
He's actually very bad at his job.
Also,
this is a good picture of me.
Also, the darkroom thing doesn't really work when you leave the door open. Or do that.
Why is it all the exact same mugshot of Adrienne?
Oh my God.
When did I pose for this?
My God, my husband knows what I look like.
Oh, this must be my casting shot. I thought this would never get out. Dum dum dum.
You like my work?
No, you look like an idiot.
Yes, dear.
Don, how did we afford this place?
But the head is useless.
This is just... And then he realized what a shit job he's doing.
That one actually came up in Adventure X this year.
Yes, it did. It was part of the pub quiz. Okay, the director must have gone...
I'm mad because the light is shining in my eyes!
Why doesn't the director just stop him and go, I know we're out of time, but is that really the laugh you're going with? And train cleaner time! Is everyone excited?
No, take that! The Phantom of the Opera is there!
Fuck it.
And he is shit!
Trolls, no!
Yes! We are going on an adventure. Now, the whole thing about forgetting things, you can literally just snatch the book and the game is pretty much done with. But you can also go on this lengthy, weird chase scene. Get used to this music, by the way. It's going to be playing for the rest of the episode.
Yeah. I do enjoy the longer, complicated path, though.
Yeah.
It's so much worthwhile.
Hey, Adrienne, is that a slime baby? Why didn't you tell me about that?
Now, here's something that really...
Hey, Adrienne, we must practice our salsa every day!
Yes, I thought we had agreed. Sometimes the glass shard works and sometimes it doesn't. I think you'll see that later.
Yeah, it's kind of timing based.
The trouble is that by the time you hit him with the drain cleaner and the glass shard and all the other stuff, it starts to feel a bit like that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care if you are a demon, that's not just a flesh wound.
Here we go! No teleporting this time, sadly.
No! If only we had windows! Big windows like we'd smash a chair through and escape!
Oh, wait, we have several.
So yeah, I missed out on this lovely scene.
That is going to do it. Why did we buy this house?
Why is the camera so far away? What is this swirly thing next to me? I'm
well, anyway.
distracted. No, well, oh well.
Well, back to cardio.
And we get captured. I've played this, spoiler, played this bit very many times, and it seems quite random sometimes when Don decides to pop out of nowhere.
It's a bit like the end of Monkey Island 2, with LeChuck kind of teleporting out of nowhere.
Yeah. But in this case, him teleporting into the place means that you get strapped into this chair, and there's some bartering and begging.
Get on with it! I'm really bored! We've seen this scene like 15 times!
He took a hammer to
Yeah, if you have certain objects, she'll use stuff like that.
Yeah, so I'm going through all the objects. You will see this scene many times, but here's the first one. Very nice.
Don is a man who just doesn't look like he reads the manual. You know, all that kind of fiddling around. Yeah, I know how to do this. I know how to do this.
It's hard to strap someone in and cackle at the same time. Now here
You're it!
Yes, now for salsa. And here he actually disarms Adrienne. I swear I didn't. I just hit retry and then went the same way, and that happened.
Can I say, by the way, while we're on the switch of kind of weird special effects, when he does the thing with the swinging axe blade,
Yeah.
I find it really weird that they spent a fortune on that effect, and then they just cut away from it.
It is quite gruesome.
But it's when it just sort of just drops it. It's like kind of, you know, we don't have confidence in this.
And it just goes. Boop.
Owned!
They could have lingered on it for a bit. I mean, the game is not up to any, you know, high standards or something, and you've already shown the gore. In fact, it freeze frames.
I mean, it does also look like her head is sort of full of a lasagna. But, you know, at the same time, you know, they've gone to... I mean, it's the same in Phantasmagoria too. There's a character called Bob who gets his head cleaved open with a hammer or an axe.
Yeah.
I think it's a hammer. And, again, they just cut away from it. And they spent a lot of money kind of making that effect.
I heard that the fake Adrienne had...
Well, I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah,
I wonder where she could be.
I actually haven't seen this one before. That's great.
Woo!
Whee! There you are, and the game is lagging like you wouldn't believe, and I swear it's not my fault. This is how the game was running when I captured it. Yeah, that scene was new to me too. I was just running around the place. I think this must be my 3rd or 4th attempt at the chase.
She's quite inured to it at this point. Like, yeah, just whatever.
You can actually, and you'll see this later. No, you can't use the crucifix on him for some reason. We can, however, try and stab him with the glass again, because that didn't work the first time. But no.
Well, in fairness, as you can see from quite a few shots here, she's got to be careful about stabbings, otherwise she'll move the prop.
I do like how
You know.
Dawn was actually almost about to slit her throat and just went, no, 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 no.
That wasn't in the script! In 20 years I'm suing!
Whee! I also like how it goes, you have expired. As like it's just a piece of deli meat in the supermarket. Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought that was the option for review as well. What if you kind of click that 20%?
Alright, this part infuriates the shit out of me. Going up and down. This is when Dawn gets really random on your ass. What I'm actually trying to do here is get to the theater with the big killy chair, because fuck it, let's just run towards danger. But actually getting to it means running into, I think it's a random number generator if Dawn jumps out or not. Not this bit, but when you actually get to the hallway where he does it. And I must have tried like 7 or 8 times before all of a sudden the game just decided, nah, Dawn's on vacation. Either that, or you can lead him around the house.
Yeah, so I think...
I never really...
Yeah, so what the thing is with, you know, you have to do all the certain things in a certain row, so it's like you're delaying him from following you.
Oh, so there is a pattern to it of some kind.
Yeah, so like if you go up to the, you know, to the upstairs and then stab him with the glass shard in the nursery, then you have time to get down here without him following you.
Oh, so that's how it works. Because
I think it's worth remembering that you don't have to do any of this shit.
yes,
You can
Yeah, you don't have to do anything.
You can literally just walk downstairs and you get the book and finish the game.
yes. Which is actually what most walkthroughs tell you to do, because all of this shit is just painfully unnecessary, but they put an awful lot of work into this.
Well, there you go. So
Yeah,
she's nudging it aside.
Yeah, it's interesting that I it's kind of like they did the same thing with you know.
I was just trying to give him a
King's
massage.
Quest 6. Yeah, but you know, like King's Quest 6, where they had like the more difficult path that was more rewarding, and then you've got this, which is, I don't know if I'd call it more rewarding. There's definitely more to see.
There's more to see, yeah.
But you know, in the end, it's still the same outcome.
I just find it very interesting that they really put, I mean, at the start, when I was in the dark room and, you know, about to throw the drain cleaner in his face, you could just grab the book right there, and if you've got all the shit that you picked up earlier, you just get teleported right to the ending.
Yeah, there's no need to fight crap Joker at all.
Nope. Although, I do agree with Bristle Kid, there's a lot more interesting stuff to see.
Oh, Adrienne!
Oh, God.
You didn't trip
what
over
is this?
anything.
Also, stuff is coming
Yeah,
out
I've
her
tripped
back.
on strawberry jam. Strawberry jam coming from the
Oh.
roof.
Lone Star!
He's been jammed. I think... Now, that has got to hurt more than anything. Well, apart from the scythe to the face. But having big old Lotus here, Cletus, whatever the fuck his name is, I forget all.
Lotus. I love it. It's his new name.
And he actually just
His name's
jitters at
Lotus
the
now.
end there.
Damn it, I really wish I'd worn a bra this morning.
Oh yeah, that was a more convincing laugh, I have to say. And now we're back to Hammytown. These people are married, by the way.
Enjoy. Yep, there you go.
How?
You know, you could just stay and keep kicking him into the balls until they resemble jam.
Oh,
but no, let's keep running. Keep running.
And this, I'm trying to exit through the hole here. You can't do that. But here comes bullshit. How did he teleport?
No. What? I've never seen that. Usually, if you've knocked him down.
This happens
It's
every time.
It's like the Jason Voorhees thing. And he only kind of goes with a slight crawl when he's on the screen.
Yeah.
But via the magic of quantum, as soon as you move the camera away, suddenly he's the fucking Roadrunner.
Yeah, and he must have run past Adrienne in the chapel while she was standing there going, "Can I exit here? Can I exit here? No, I cannot exit anywhere." I mean, how fucking... No, that was just total bullshit, and it happened every fucking time I went to the chapel as well. So that's why I thought there was a random number generator going. Now I'm just gonna sit back and let him do whatever. Just have a little whinge and just wait for him to throw the switch.
Yeah. I wonder if it did that because you already had the cross, because the idea of the longer path is that you're going down there because you're finding all the pieces.
Could be. Now I'm just deciding,
So
fuck
I
it,
think
and going
that
upstairs.
since you've already found all everything that you need, it's now saying, "Hey, let's throw in some random deaths."
I'm also going
Isn't
to
that
I'm also
a great
going to
idea?
chip in here that.
Oh, here's the phone dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hey.
Bye, Mike.
Awesome.
Oh, I'll put you with Cyrus. No, I was just going to say that all of this stuff with the using the magic trick to kind of kill her is one of those doesn't make any sense. If Kano was like the villain, that would make sense. He's still doing all the magic stuff. But if you've got the demon which just took over Kano, why he's still got such a thing for this shit?
Yes. Oh, to hell with it. You can actually throw the switch yourself. Maybe this will do something. I could duck, but I'm not going to.
I'm going to Harvester!
You always were a kidder, Richard. Oh, finally!
But
Finally, I
yes, you're out of
somehow
there.
got past him. And I must have played this so many times, and I didn't know. I had an inkling you're supposed to chase around him. Here comes my favorite bit.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
moved the chair, so that's fine.
Yeah. You suddenly
Oh
changed
god,
clothes.
this.
I'm really hungry, honey.
Oh yeah,
Order some pizza.
strawberry jam.
Yum, yum. Also, he's very careful not to...
Wow, who knew Harriet's hair was so curly?
That is the worst wig in the entire history of hairpieces.
Yes. And also,
It is
That is gruesome.
Literally,
That is-
it is literally the hell to pay.
but that one shot there was legitimately gruesome. But I like how Don was just sitting there going, "I'm now cackling. Is the director going to say cut? No." And then he just lets out this long sigh and just looks in the camera like,
Oh, thank God, Narnia!
"Hello, Mr. Tumnus. Can you help?"
Help me, Aslan!
Oh, there comes Mr. Tumnus now.
Where would she be hiding?
I'm a thespian. Surprise, motherfucker.
I didn't think that would work.
Wow.
But yeah, Richard, you would imagine that the demon, having taken over Dawn, would try to kill her with camera equipment or something.
Right, yeah.
Tripods.
She was kind of sort of swinging it like a bowler or
Yeah.
something like that.
Because the
Yeah, but we are talking about the game that didn't even bother to name the demon.
That's true. I like this one. This one is very good. He just stands there.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think this is going to work? Think I didn't think of this one?
Yeah.
Seriously, you insult me.
I mean, me and the demon have had a chat, and
Anywho.
this is just fucked up. And we're back in the fucking catacombs. I think at this point we've seen all there is to see. So we're gonna sprint for the exit. We're gonna sprint, Adrienne. Adrienne, you there? Hello?
Well, you are missing, you know, like when you were
Hello.
checking the front door. Hello.
How does he not? How did she not see him coming? Is that she was in? Dawn attack!
Oh, at this point,
Yeah.
I had to restart the chapter, and for reasons, which resulted in an interesting game error. I think I put this in the video just to warn people who are buying this on GOG, because if you restart chapter 7 and then go all the way here, the game fucking freezes with the danger music.
Can I also give a warning to people who might be buying this on GOG? Don't. They have so many better games.
They have a lot of games. So now we have to start a new character or a new game, because the game only has one save slot, and start at chapter 7. And that means we don't have the crucifix anymore. We have to go to the crypty thing and get it.
Tales from the Crypt.
I love, and you have to listen to that every time.
Oh, you know, so I was just going to say, so there is actually, you know, if you go to try and open the door before this, then there's also an extra scene where Adrienne goes to the back door as well, and, you know, basically gets a hammer out and tries to hammer the window open as well.
Oh, right, in the kitchen-y dining room thing.
Yes, because that's where it glitched for me, because it didn't show the first bit, it showed me the second bit. That's why I was like, how did I end up at the back door?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Alright, so I did miss one clip. Luckily, in my defense, it wasn't any of the interesting gory deaths.
Adrienne, why did you throw the drain cleaner in my face? It was just an acid reflex.
The snowman that looked like a bottle of mace for some reason.
Sucker!
Now I can suddenly duck!
Killed by our love!
Actually, why isn't that blade should be strong enough to just go through him and her at the same time?
And also, you know, she's got one hand free. She could just do this.
Or duck. Because she's not actually kind of held up by the neck in any kind of way.
Yeah.
All she can do is literally kind of go...
Yeah, or back. Oh, and not throw off your head.
Also, it's a weird thing that Don was talking about, let's order some pizza with extra sauce, because the whole half of his face is kind of pizza-ish. And...
Yeah, that's where he got the cheese.
Yes. And it...
Oh, there was no shortage of cheese.
Oh, no, this is a quattro formaggio of gameplay nonsense.
Don, I don't know if this is a bad time, but I really want a divorce.
I still love you, but man, oh man, we're gonna have to go to counseling or some shit.
Adrienne, you're practically standing on him.
Might want to scooch.
And again, why is this a load-bearing house?
Yeah.
Also, this happened once before, and the whole house didn't fucking collapse. You know, when Carno was exercised or whatever.
I quite like that brick there almost landed on his groin.
Cream.
Yes, here is one.
I'm going for now, Adrienne. Bye.
Well, all things considered, that's not very scary, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, at this point we're all cool. And here comes what Rusulka has affectionately been referring to as the Slimer Demon. Well, first of all, he starts out as a ball of green.
The magic lens. I am the lens flare of doom. Bow before my easily rendered menace.
And he looks a bit like a house right now.
Yeah, you almost expect him to have that doom sound effect. Roar.
Hello.
Hello!
It's me!
I'm sorry, I know you were expecting something better, but it is the mid-90s and this is FMV.
But the way he just turned around like, ta-da! It's almost like he was going to break into song. I am a demon.
Oh, could you walk a bit slower? I don't have any legs. It's going to take me ages.
I wonder if his name is Hammurabi, because remember there's the stone that we need that's the stone of Hammurabi.
Hammurabi was a pharaoh, wasn't he?
He was, but I'm just wondering if it's somehow
I'm a
linked
total
to him,
Geiger
if it's-
ripoff!
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
But, you know, if it's somehow related to it. Oh, yes. Yes, I love this one. This one's my favorite. Yes.
That one was pretty good. That whole head.
I love that you can see the individual teeth breaking off.
Wait, wasn't there yellow goop in here last time? I like my yellow goop.
So they did. The headpieces for both Adrienne and Don. There was an interview with Roberta Williams. Those things were pretty mangled up because they only had one. They only had the budget to do one of each. So
well, it was the same with Phantasmagoria too. They could afford one Don head to smash.
What, Don head in Phantasmagoria too?
Oh, Bob head.
Oh, Bob
Bob
head.
head.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I was like, when did Don show up? I didn't see
There's
that.
a lot of three.
Bye,
I
Adrienne.
regret buying this house, but mostly I regret marrying Don.
There's a lot of things. I regret only having one shirt. I regret not getting rid of that chair the second I found it.
I regret Kano being a shitty magician because this should really be completely safe.
And there's, again, in the same interview with Roberta Williams, she says, she was asked, why is there this big gaping hole before the whole place caves in? And she just goes, well, we needed to stop Adrienne going to that place, so we just put a hole there. Really?
They could have had a gate there that broke down with when the ball went down.
I have a question, Master Storyteller Roberta Williams.
I have several.
Yeah, so many.
And this, I mean, there is a sort of heightened suspense here, but also you have the sense that the demon is just biding its time. He's just looking over the corner over there, going, "Are you about done with this? Can I eat you now?"
It's some good wet t-shirt competition.
Yeah. But also, where is the water? Where's this water pipe leading to? Because the only thing down here is that ritual room. Why does it need water?
Well, you know, you gotta mop up sometimes when you have your blood sacrifices. You just gotta mop up, and you know, if you have to go upstairs and get a bucket of water, come all the way down, soap it. You know, it's just a hassle.
Also, in the time that, in the time that this was happening, would they have had indoor plumbing all that way down there?
Nah, maybe it's just sewage. Maybe she just.
You know, I'd quite like to see one of these things where instead of like personally dealing with the demon, they just like kite it into town, and it's like, guys, for help.
Ew! Also, the thing is just spooching everywhere. I was actually wondering.
Yeah.
What? It doesn't have legs. It had this weird tail when it first appeared. What is it? Actually, just a slug monster? Should we get Charlotte Gore on the horn? What the fuck is going on?
Poke it in the eye.
Look into my eye.
Yes, a door will stop it!
A door!
This thing tore through...
A door that's not even
This thing
barricaded.
tore through a skull, human flesh, teeth, everything. But a wooden door with a little hinge on it. Fuck it. It's beyond.
I also like to query, why would you have the thing to kind of keep things out of the ritual room for summoning Satan?
You just want to keep out the protesters. You know, all the...
Oh, hi, Connor.
Yeah. Now, first, when I played the game the first time, I thought that was Don, who had just, because we saw him tumble down the floor. It's not Don. It's we were told this in chapter 6, I believe, by the old squeaky man.
Yeah, Malcolm said that he brought him down here somehow.
Wouldn't it be great if the ending was she opens the book and is like, fuck, I don't know Latin! and then the monster just kills her, and that's the end.
Interesting you should bring it up. This is also the only part of the game where Adrienne actually swears. The whole game has gone very squeaky Disney clean up until this point. And then, right when the demon shows up, she's like, shit, 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 shit. Also, instant Latin. Thank God I took that
She's talking
correspondence
to the
course.
book. Do you remember this book?
Intracirculum.
She's got all the time in the world. I mean,
Let's see.
oh yeah, let's see. Oh, okay, do we have a dictionary?
Aulus et Publius Tibius Facie, but fuck it! It's the textbook!
It's just conjuring. There's just a lot of conjugation in this book. What the fuck?
It's Puella Nomine Flavia!
Also,
I do love that slime is just basically in the background going.
Also, the whole Slimer thing, the gaseous, demonic entity should perhaps not be quite so easily stopped by a door.
A door.
wait,
Here he comes.
also, you don't really need to read the Latin because the old man squeaked out precise instructions, I feel. Well, apart from the whole, spilling the blood thing.
Kiss the corpse. Kiss the corpse. Kiss the corpse.
It's been there for a long
Why does this door seem to be made out of Play-Doh?
It's 3D rendered. Oh, I take this hand and... Oh, fuck it. It came off.
Oh, look. The stern of Hammurabi.
Now back to this. Lorem, ipsum, dolor, sed... Ah, fuck.
Said Abbott.
Consecutor... This demon takes for fucking ever.
Poilam, poilai, poila. So.
I think Gabriel's missing
I
a
do
telescope.
like that they went... Yeah, I do like that they went to the effort of actually still having, like, a wet stain from her shirt at the moment.
That shirt must be rank
But
by
who
now.
are we kidding? It's the same shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She probably threw it in the bin after this.
I mean, it's been through a lot.
Because it is her own shirt. It is the actress's own shirt and pants.
Yeah, so I think there's actually a credit for costumer in the credits, and it's Roberta Williams.
Fuck this, I can't stand it anymore.
Stop talking to the book, Adrienne. Just do
Also,
stuff.
may I just inquire, while she's busy cutting her, with a glass shard that suddenly doubled in size,
My nails.
gotta get this cuticle out. The purpose of this ritual room was what? Because
To summon it originally?
Yeah, because Carter just wanted the book, and he opened the book, and the demon was in there, and you just woo. Maybe he read from it, but would he build an entire room in his basement for that?
And then why
Well, he
would
was
he
interested in
research
mysticism.
kind of unsummoning the demon, which was already there and was possessing him?
Yeah.
It's like surely it's like the last thing the demon's going. This is the first thing the demon would knock down.
It is also the last thing a demon would put in its own book. How to send me back to hell.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
In case I get
like,
bored.
why is this here? You know, wouldn't the first thing you do with Kana throw this book into the fire?
Except it's kind of where he lives. It's like his summer home. So, you know, if...
Why do I have to translate this Latin into English? Is it a spell in Latin, or is it just some shit to say?
Also, I thought it broke through the door already. Why isn't it here already?
It's sort of creeping up on us. Also, what did the kid actually do this unsummoning ritual, or what?
No, I don't think he did. That's the problem. Like, it seemed to have gotten stuck in that box, so he closed it up on the Bible.
Oh, alright. From a technical standpoint, just before we get to the end of this, the rumor is that Sierra Online acquired Cocktail Vision, the French developer, just for this video technology, where you can have a technically full screen motion video.
I can imagine that.
And have hotspots in a full motion video clip. That's
well, it sure as hell wasn't for the IP rights to Woodruff and the Schnibb.
I quite like that game.
Or Inca.
Inca, my god. Pretty much all of Cocktail Vision's back catalog is fucking insane, but they were masters at doing technology, and the FMV technology in this game, from a purely technical standpoint, is pretty good, actually.
Consumer say Ferrari, bitch!
I mean, it is running in, what, 12...
Do you mind not reading over my shoulder?
Oh god, I hate this
And
book.
now she's Slimer.
Boom! Oh,
I have a pet demon. Yeah. Satan, I choose you!
what should I do with it? And you know what? I should have a shower.
I should leave the house.
Yes, in a long, weirdly unemotional tracking shot.
I call it.
For some reason,
it's kind of like Dark Seed, where the final shot is like the outside of the house, with the for sale sign on it. I like to think that she sort of turns around and goes, "No, fuck this. We spent millions on this place." You know, now we've got rid of the demon. This is great.
Yeah, just
But
tidy
anyway,
up a bit.
actually, we mustn't talk over the greatest song ever.
Sure, why not? Just gotta look up at the Foreboding Mansion, which again...
Well, the second best after Girl on the Tower, obviously.
Girl on the Tower is #1 every time.
This is for Richard.
Ghost written by ha ha ha. You're not getting a credit.
There was a director? Interesting.
And now coming to you live from the 80s.
This is very appropriate music.
He's got some weird things, Mark Siebert. Like, you know, he's I can feel your love. It's almost like from Girl in the Tower, you know, our souls embraced. It's just, these don't mean anything.
I mean, at least the song in Phantasmagoria actually had some, you know, I know, it connected. You know, that whole thing about, you know, like, I can't control the beast and it's my anger and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But this is just
I sat down and lied to myself
sickening
again.
pap. And especially after Consumer Furore is so good.
Is it really?
It's like an intro music. You know, why aren't you playing that?
Well, you needed some sort of closing credit. Also,
take it in,
just to put this in perspective. Oh,
just in a life tonight.
Take love over this time.
Also, doesn't this remind me of? This reminds me of some '80s pop song. It escapes me right now, but I think he kind of lifted the chorus.
Like all of them. Yeah.
Oh, God.
He's definitely gone for that power ballad feel of the 80s.
Explain to me how that's appropriate after all we've saw. Decapitated heads, demons.
It's not. That's
Well,
the
I
end.
mean, it
It's
could
not.
be worse. I mean, Broken Sword 2 probably has the most inappropriate song.
Yeah.
I've never heard, you know, where you kind of get to it's like kind of happiness is an inside job if your name is Mary or your name is Bob, and it's like, wow, you're really trying on this.
I have to admit, they did try a little harder with Phantasmagoria 2. They tried to put this sort of industrial music in, but they...
Well, like I said, it fits the whole idea of rage and anger.
Yeah, but the
and,
song is
you know,
terrible, and the vocalist...
I can't control the beast of my anger. It burned all my bridges long ago, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but it's the product of a person who's been told to do this pumping industrial song, and then flatly doesn't understand what the fuck industrial music is.
Well, also the story isn't quite that appropriate, because it should really be sort of something, I can't control the beast, and it's the fact I'm mostly made of rats.
Yes, my twin lives in an alternate dimension, and I'm
My
really
twin
sick of
lives in a chest, and we're far away!
Trent Reznor scores Phantasmagoria 2. This, at least, Mark Siebert stays in a comfort zone. It's a deeply uncomfortable comfort zone, but he knows his... Oh, did you see that? Oh.
Yeah, I don't think we need to. I don't think we need to acknowledge that name.
The less said, the better.
In fact, I think we should maybe can we actually have a box? Just to go
I
over
think we should
it?
just blur that. I'm gonna blur that.
Sorry, you don't get any credit, you absolute anus.
Yes, I am definitely going to blur that, and I think if you want to see what the name is, donate to the Patreon. You can see it there.
Donate to the Patreon. Label your thing. I want to know who the biggest anus in Sierra history was.
Yes, or indeed in game history, game development history. Anyway, on a lighter note,
there's probably worse in game history, but certainly Sierra, the grand poobah of the anus world, is definitely represented here.
On a lighter note, the song is almost finished. Oh. I actually quite like the guitar.
I just can't take any more!
Yes, because Mark Knopfler suddenly entered the studio and started whamming. Animals. Oh yeah, there was a rat in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was
there was a cat too. The cat did bugger all. The cat was just like, I don't want to be in this movie. I have sense. What the fuck are you guys doing? Yeah. Also, I'm being paid in biscuits.
Can I just point out, costume designer means that she designed Harriet's wardrobe.
Yes.
And I want everyone to think about that for a moment.
Yes, I want her to be dressed in shit, but then have a really clean, bright red gnome hat.
Yeah, my vision is a garden gnome that does tarot.
Yes. And
master storyteller.
And house chores. So that was indeed Phantasmagoria, the Fresno Flats Historical Society.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask, what do people think? Phantasmagoria 1 or Phantasmagoria 2?
Yeah, I'm going to go with 2 as well. It's less of a game, and to all a good night. But it is, it's got better direction, more interesting story, I feel, and it's designed...
It's also a more cohesive story.
Yes.
It's got more explanation to it.
It's still cheesy as all shit.
Oh, yeah.
But Lorelei Shannon, who designed the second one, is phenomenally funny and an interesting person, and it's not a popularity contest by far, but I think she has more of a she's more aware of what her game was.
I think that for me, Phantasmagoria 2, I think is in many. I'm just going to cough 1 second. I think that Phantasmagoria 1 has the advantage that it's like such a stock premise that you can't really go that far wrong with like the haunted house and all that kind of stuff. I saw the fact that Phantasmagoria 2 did something which was different. Even though I think a lot of it is problematic, especially the BDSM stuff and like kind of the courteous bisexuality, not in concept, but in the way that it kind of comes across in some of the scenes.
The way execution.
Yeah. It's sort of like, the BDSM stuff is sort of, it's presented as being dark, even though that doesn't seem to be the intention. And but at the same time, it kind of is linked to all of the bad stuff, and kind of you have that sort of sense that it just doesn't really kind of come together as they kind of want.
I think there's a psychological reason for all of that. It's supposed to tap into it. He's not himself. He doesn't know what he's doing. All of that shit.
No, I know, but I think it's just the awkwardness of they try and kind of present basically a fairly wholesome BDSM club. But it's still kind of sort of tied to like his sort of dark half or whatever.
Well, there's a lot of leather.
Who of course turns out not to be him at all. So who the fuck cares? But yeah, I do like the fact it's at least, as you say, better directed. It's kind of better. It's certainly better written.
Yeah, better acted as well.
And it has just really strong scenes. I mean, some of the stuff between Curtis and Trevor later on and whatever, like beats the shit out of anything with Adrienne.
But let's be fair. Be fair. It's still a crap game. It's barely a game even. It's a 6-hour-long therapy session interspersed with tickling his rat and reading his email. That's pretty much all the puzzle solving.
And then Batman.
But only if you get the Easter egg. And spoiler.
You're gonna get the Easter egg.
Spoiler: the very end of Phantasmagoria 2, when you go to Dimension X, is where I was really excited because I love alternate dimensions and shit, but it kind of just...
Well, you got the shit.
I got shit. It's just why are we talking about Phantasmagoria 2? Let's just recap Phantasmagoria 1. 5 CDs of nothing happening, followed by a lot of mirror deaths, and then a dude chasing us around in clown makeup.
I'm actually going to say that my favourite chapter is the last one, because at least something is happening.
Yes.
It's the fact that if maybe they'd been able to kind of sort of stretch that sense of being like pursued and kind of being in danger throughout any of the rest, it would have sort of stuck out so much better. But just having Don be a bit grumpy, and
the rap,
and then kind of watching on like kind of television. I know it's mirrors, but effectively you're watching on Adrienne's television all of these kind of murders happening, whereas I think that if she'd kind of been physically present, even if like through like time wibblingness or something like that, or was hallucinating that she was actually there, it would have had so much more power than. Well, that was horrible.
She seems like a very passive.
But I still won't leave.
Yeah.
Because I have to be the most passive horror victim ever.
Rizulka, what's your favorite chapter and just overall take from this? I know you.
Oh, well, I agree as well. I really like Chapter 7 out of all of them. And I think it's probably the most comprehensive sitting simulator I've ever seen.
It is.
You can sit on every chair.
My favorite one is actually the Crack of Afternoon mirror scene, because I don't like being chased around. I don't like timer puzzles. And as you plainly saw, I am shit at figuring out how to lead him up and down and all around. And it also kind of flies in the face. Again, it breaks the player contract as such. I wasn't expecting the Spanish Inquisition.
He does teleport around, and that is cheating.
It is cheating. However, I see what you mean. It actually turns into a fucking game instead of a sitting simulator. But
well, it's actually horror, whereas the rest of the game isn't horror. It's not even mild unease, because you know from the very start that exactly what's going on. The rest is kind of so predictable, and so all you're really kind of doing is basically you're like Adrienne. Ambling around until she sort of finds out, it's time to do something. I better do that.
All right.
Better take a stand for my life tonight.
Oh, God.
Got to think love over this time.
All right, I'm just going to mute Richard, and we can wrap up Phantasmagoria.
That's a Space Quest 2 fans, and you have tried.
All right, that is definitely getting muted. So we do have, like I said, an extra episode coming out next week. We're going to play some of our favorite scenes from the game. Well, the only scenes where shit actually happens. But we're going to do it in censored mode, because Phantasmagoria actually came with a censored mode in it, so that squeamish people can play this fantastically horrific game, but not have to look at any of the gory bits. And
translation, we could sell this in Germany.
Yeah, they tried anyway, and
not Australia.
They went in classification in Australia and went, hey, you can release this game with the censored mode active and all, and Australia just went, fuck it, nope. So we're gonna do that next week, but for now, thank you so much for watching. Please follow my two good friends here, Richard Cobbett at Richard Cobbett. That's 2 B's and 2 T's on Twitter.
Just like George Stobart.
Yes. And Natalie here is at Rizulka on Twitter, and check out her game Lorna Baines, which is coming out soon. And soon-ish. I mean,
I didn't giggle at that.
No one did.
Yeah.
And please like and subscribe and do whatever you kids do to this video and whatever else content you find on it. But do leave us a comment, because we do love the comment. We've had some great comments so far. People seem to really like this series of us tearing this unfortunate game to shreds. So really appreciate that. So thank you, and we'll see you back for an encore next Wednesday. And until then, around the Chrono Stream.
I don't want to think that it's over, but I can't take any more.